Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Like that. Hello, welcome to our Wendy's Mukbang. Do you want to say what we have?
Yeah, can I say what we don't have first?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I forgot a chicken sandwich and I was so upset about it. So now we have to split a chicken sandwich.
It's dumb.
And we had different condiments on top.
Yeah, it was gonna be
and I
good.
paid for all that extra stuff too.
Yeah. Oh my god, you did.
Yeah, thanks, Obama.
Can you, like...
I'm gonna put it on.
Yeah, maybe think... Okay, so we have 4 French fries. We have 2 spicy chicken nuggets. And then, I don't remember exactly the burgers.
There's 2 junior bacon clubs. There was supposed to be 2 chicken sandwiches. Then we got 2 more chicken sandwiches each, and then 1 more this little hamburger thing.
I'm excited. I haven't had Wendy's in a long time.
Yeah, should be good.
Oh, what sauces do we have?
Well, I didn't even ask for sweet and sour. We got 2.
Well, thanks.
We got 1 side of Sawsome sauce, buttermilk ranch, honey mustard, creamy sriracha, and barbecue. So anyway,
right.
I'm going in. Dude, that's so creepy. Like, you just open the burger, and there she is.
So, today, instead of interesting questions, we are going to do something new. I mean, it's not like we've only done like 2 videos with interesting questions.
No, so what we're doing is we're inventing stories, but the person who isn't telling the story has to give us a person, place, item, and genre of storytelling. I'll probably just end up laughing at myself and messing it up.
Yeah, this is probably not going to go well.
Oh, it's not going to go at all.
But it might be a little entertaining.
Hopefully. Oh.
Okay, I'm nervous.
Your person's name is Lenny. They live in New York City. They have a pet gopher.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And your genre is thriller. It's not that hard to do that, Justin.
Alright, so Lenny.
Okay.
He's a delivery boy in New York. So Lenny, delivery boy in New York. He obviously doesn't make that much money because, you know, delivering stuff isn't necessarily, you know what I'm saying. And so he lives in a pretty tiny apartment. And he lives with a gopher. This gopher kind of became his pet because it was kind of just like there when he moved in and he couldn't get, like, it just kept, like, you know, showing up. And like his window's broken and he can't afford to repair it. So the gopher just like comes in and like hangs out. So he's like, oh, this is my pet gopher now, I guess.
You know them New York City street gophers.
Yeah, they're freaking crazy. They run rampant. And so Lenny just, you know, kind of hangs out with his gopher. And, you know, he hasn't had any problems so far.
Okay.
One night though, the gopher wasn't there.
Mm.
And he was like, the gopher's usually here by this time.
Oh.
Ooh, okay, so what sandwich is this?
Another miscellaneous chicken sandwich. Lenny, the gopher.
Yeah, the gopher's not there. And Lenny's like, kind of like, whoa, that's weird. But he doesn't think that much of it. It gets pretty late, and he's still wondering. He's about to go to bed, and he's still wondering, The gopher's like comes here every night. Like he hangs out every night.
Does the gopher have a name, or did he just call him the gopher?
He calls him Gopher, cause he just like comes, you know. He just, I guess it's kind of his pet, but like he doesn't necessarily feed it. So like he just calls it Gopher.
So they're like roommates.
Yeah.
Okay.
His window's broken, and the gopher, you know, I don't know why he doesn't block it with something else, but Lenny's not very bright. And he kind of likes the gopher. Like, they're buds.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And so, he's going to bed, and the gopher's not there. He's like, weird. But he goes to bed, and he wakes up in the middle of the night to this, like, really just terrible screeching noise. Like, just awful. Like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like that.
That is pretty terrible. That's a pretty terrible sound.
And he wakes up like, whoa! He sees the gopher. And the gopher's the thing making that noise, and it's on the ground like, you know, going through something.
Okay, yeah.
He looks like he's in pain, and he's like, oh my god, gopher! What's wrong? And the gopher just keeps writhing in pain, and he notices that the gopher is like getting bigger. And he's like, what's going on? Why is he getting bigger? Like, it's a... And the gopher, yeah, just keeps getting bigger and writhing in pain. And then all of a sudden, he stops and he's like still. But Lenny notices that he's like kind of huge. Like, you know, how big are gophers? Like... Well, anyways, this is what 5 times his normal size.
Wow. That's a big gopher.
And he's like taking up like the whole apartment.
Yeah. Okay.
And so Lenny's like really freaked out.
I would be too.
Because this gopher looks terrifying. He's kind of buff now and like... He's like... He kind of looks like he has rabies a little bit. He's not awake yet, but there's stuff coming out of his mouth. And the gopher wakes up, and Lenny's like, Gopher, are you okay? And Lenny's like, are you okay, Gopher? And the gopher looks at him, and Lenny notices that the gopher's eyes are just like completely black. Like before it was like a little bit of white, but now they're just completely black.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the heck? And the gopher just starts growling at him. And the gopher never growled at him.
Yeah.
They were cool.
I don't even know if gophers growl.
Yeah, but this gopher was really growly.
Yeah, he got in it. Yeah.
And he was just growling.
Okay, so like, what
So this gopher starts like growling at him.
Uh-oh.
And he starts trying to come towards him.
Oh, God. Ugh.
Yeah. And Lenny, luckily, his bed is like next to the window that's broken. So he was able to wiggle his way out of the window. And so now he's on the streets of New York.
Oh, so the hole saved him. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow, okay.
And so the gopher's like trying to get his head through the window. And Lenny runs away. And he hears a giant crash. And the gopher had stormed, broken the wall of the apartment.
That is thrilling.
And starts chasing after him. And he hides behind a wall.
You know your genre.
And he hides behind a wall and he's just waiting. And he's waiting. And it gets quiet. He's like, I'm tired. I don't feel like running anymore. I'm gonna see what's going on. And he turns the corner and nothing's there. And he's like, it's quiet. A little too quiet.
I hate you. I hate you.
And he feels breathing on the back of his neck. And he's like,
How did that giant gopher creep up on him?
fork. There's a gopher behind me. And so he turns his head, and sure enough, there's the giant gopher peering over him. And he chomps down and eats him all up, and then the story ends.
Wow, that was thrilling up until the ending. No, I give that story 7 out of 7.
Wow.
Yeah, that was good. That was good on the spot.
Thanks.
Usually don't improvise that well, and
That was
no
good.
offense, but
Yeah.
that was amazing.
I'm impressed with myself.
As you should be. So, did we ever figure out what caused the gopher to get so big?
My guess is it was a scientific experiment gone wrong.
Okay, so just like a scientist just like,
Found a gopher
and just
and just released it.
didn't even think about if that was someone's gopher. That's an inconsiderate scientist. Okay. Dude, you want to see some next level stuff?
Yeah,
but
and I need better fry access.
But your fingers get dirty.
Oh, yeah, that looks good. Oh, there's barbecue. Oh. Your genre is action.
Action.
Your place is Portland, Oregon. And your character is a guy named Ralph. And your object is a rifle.
Ralph has lived a hard life in his time in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, fuck. I wasn't expecting that. You sound like Batman.
Ralph has studied the nature of his inhabitants. He hates them. Ralph is an angry man. Ralph demands revenge. Revenge for what? Ralph demands it. So Ralph goes out into the street, to the streets, with his rifle, and he waits. He waits for the perfect chance.
Your voice got normal.
It's on purpose.
Oh,
Let the story unfold.
sorry.
Plus I got sick of doing that. So Ralph and his rifle stood there in the middle of town square, waiting for the inhabitants of this city to strike him down. As the year was 2089, and zombies took over 7 months ago, and he was the last living person in Portland, Oregon. So Ralph and his rifle went right in the middle of town square, yelled, "I'm right here, ooh-wee!" And the zombies came and he had a bayonet on this sucker. Now this sucker, let's talk about this rifle. It had a bayonet. It was crafted after those old-fashioned rifles from the Civil War. It wasn't practical, but that's all he had. Luckily, when he became a zombie, apparently in this era, I don't know, I don't make the rules. Yes, I do. Your bones get really soft, but you become very lethal. So like as a zombie, you can attack very strong, but you have like 0 defense. You put all your skill points into attack. So Ralph knew this because he's seen them get squashed and squandered. So as they came at him, he started bayoneting bitches. Just, I don't like you guys here anymore. You guys were my friends and stuff. And eventually one bit him in the back of the leg. Then he died.
That's it?
Yeah.
I liked the twist. I wasn't expecting him to be
You
in
were
the middle.
expecting him to be someone who didn't like people from Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, it was short to the sweet, but I liked the
It was
twist.
short and to the sweet.
Short and to the sweet. No, it was good.
How are you enjoying your frosty?
5 out of 5 schnorklops. Sounds like something from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, literally did. Your character's name is Beatrice. Beatrice Von Heusen, owner and operator of the Von Heusen Mansion. Bed and breakfast. The UK. And the thing? An underground basilisk.
What's up? What?
Like the snake from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
So a snake.
A giant snake is a basilisk.
Okay.
And it's a basilisk in a chamber. And your genre is romantic comedy.
Alright. So Beatrice
Von Heusen, owner and operator.
Von Heusen
Owner and operator
is...
of the Von Heusen Mansion, bed and breakfast.
is this an ad?
That's her name. That's her name.
I know.
That's her name.
That's her whole name?
Her title is her name.
Okay, well, I'm gonna call her Beatrice for short.
Von Heusen.
Babe! Okay. So, Beatrice is a twice divorced, middle-aged woman. She's kind of had some rough luck with love and just relationships in general.
Is it because of the basilisk?
It might be. But...
Beatrice, you're great, but I just can't live with the giant snake.
right underneath us.
I'm uncomfortable.
Okay.
He's friendly when he's full. I'm sorry.
So she hasn't had much luck. She's kind of a loner, so she just runs her little bed and breakfast. And she's proud of it. She does good. She makes a decent amount of money. And she loves her pet. Now her pet is a little unconventional and most people would find it rather terrifying. But it's a basilisk and I will put a picture of what it looks like right here. But yeah, terrifying, right? And so that's her best friend. That's her best bud. Like Drax and Nebula are to us. Best friends. And so
Beatrice Van Heusen, owner and operator of the Van Heusen Mansion Bed and Breakfast.
she decides to try this new dating service. And what it basically does is you put in what you like, what you dislike, like every other dating service.
So she got Tinder.
A little bit more advanced than Tinder. A little less swipey.
UK.
More like mashy.
Stepping up their game.
And so she meets some really nice guys, but you know, they just always seem to get really creeped out whenever they come over, and like they don't ever talk to her again, and she's always really confused and like doesn't really know. Her mom says it's because of her pet, but she loves her pet, and like,
it's locked in the chamber all day, so what are they worried about?
Yeah, and like she doesn't necessarily tell them outright like I have a giant snake. So she's like, Mom, they don't even know I have a giant snake. Like that can't even be the reason. She's like, it must be me. Like, what's wrong with me? But finally, she meets this guy.
What's his name?
Robert. No.
Tucker?
No. Sure, Tucker. Tucker, what's his last name?
Rebeccason.
Okay, sure. Tucker Rebeccason. And so she meets this guy and they get along great. Their first date was really good. Like, they both really enjoyed it. And they even kissed at the end.
Oh, cute.
He ended up not coming inside on the first date. She usually invites, you know, her gentleman callers inside. Why'd I call it that?
You make it sound like a paid service.
It's not. She's just trying to find love. He was tired. He thought his stomach was a little upset from the food, so he's like, I'm not gonna come in this time. But their next date, he ends up coming inside. And she's like, oh my god, he didn't seem creeped out. Like, now mind you, the decorations in her house, or the bed and breakfast, like her area of the bed and breakfast where she lives, was not very,
warm and welcoming?
yeah, it was a little weird. So she would have like reptilian like eggs in bottles and like jars, just like really, then like crickets everywhere. What do snakes eat?
Small animals.
Yeah, small animals
Birds.
everywhere.
Dead birds.
It was kind of gross. But yeah, so she had all these different things, and it's weird, right?
What did they feed the basilisk in Harry Potter? How did it stay alive?
So he doesn't get creeped out, and she's really happy about it, and they start, you know, hanging out more. He sleeps over once and it goes really well, and she tells her mom, like, I might have met the guy, he doesn't judge me, he just like accepts me, he doesn't care that I have gross eggs in jars everywhere, and he doesn't care that I have dead and alive animals that he's never asked what they're for. So like, that's a little weird. Like, I feel like a lot of people ask what they're for. I just, you know, say that they're my pets. And okay, so one day he comes over to her house and he finally asks, so I just have to know, like, why you have all this weird stuff. She's like, I'm gonna be honest with you because I really like you. I have a basilisk? Is that what it's called? In my basement. It's my pet. And he's like, what the heck is a basilisk? It's a giant snake. And he's like, what? So she tells him she's got a pet, and she's like, you wanna go see him?
Uh-oh.
And he was like, sure. Why not? Because he's thinking, you know, like a big snake, but not like a big, huge snake, you know? They go down. She opens the door. She says, Slither. Its name is Slither. Slither, come here. I have someone for you to meet. And all of a sudden, a gigantic snake pops out of a hole in the ground. What's his name? Tucker. Tucker screams at the top of his lungs And as he's going up the stairs, running away, he yells.
Thank you, I had a lovely time, but I'm afraid of snakes.
Sure. And she's like, oh no, I'm so sorry. And he just keeps running. And she goes up and she sees him just running down the street. He had a car, but he just is running. And she's like, the first guy I feel comfortable showing Slither to is scared of snakes and he ran. If he wasn't scared of snakes, he probably would have been fine with it. Because he loves me for me, but not anymore. And so she's like, guess I will never find love. And then it ends. Because she doesn't want to give up Slither.
I thought you were going to say something that went in a completely different direction.
What did you think?
I thought you were going to be like, oh, that's what I figured, because I too have a basilisk. And then
That would have been good.
they go down and they fall in love, and then their snakes fall in love, and then they have little basilisk babies.
That would have been good.
Yeah.
Genre sci-fi. Character Robohead. Alright, Wendy's. You were better than Taco Bell and Sonic, but you forgot a burger.
One I was really looking forward to.
What would you rate this?
17 bananas out of 20 bananas. In terms of like fast food.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of like real food, 17 bananas out of 40.
I'd agree with you.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching our... What should it be called? What should we call this? Improv story...
If you know what to
improv
call
storytelling?
it, if you know what to call it, let us know.
Yeah. I guess it's basically improv storytelling. Is like the gist, right? Okay, we'll call it that for now, but...
It just...
Alright, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye!